Shalom, friends. We're coming close to Rosh Hashanah, and I wanted to bring out a subject that I've been focused on now for a few years, and that I want to make a series about it, and that is what I always talk about is your mission. Your mission. What is your mission? In fact, we have multiple missions. We have the mission as a human being. You were created, and you chose in previous life or in this life to be a Jew, and to be a Jew for the world. And you gotta think of what does that mean? What does that mean? What's the mission of the Jew in the world? Okay, so the Mesilas Yesharim is clear that the more you have clarity of who you are and who you want to be and what's your mission, the more you're going to know what to do, the more you're going to be able to serve God and be clear of what you're supposed to do. So when you know what you're supposed to do, it's much easier to live, because you're like on a mission. The mindset, a bit like in the army, you know that I'm here to protect the people at all costs. Right, so when it gives you a certain strength when you know what you want to do. Plus, Hashem is going to give you what you need to do what you want to do, especially if it's something good. So you have a mission as a human being. You chose to be Jewish or not, and okay. So what's the responsibility of a human being? For the Noachites, you're supposed to do the 7 Noachide laws, to keep them, and try to come close to God. As human beings, we have to all try to search for meaning, search for the truth, search and find God and have a relationship with Him. That's as a human being. And to protect the world, like God said, I'm giving you this world. You need to protect it, take care of yourself, take care of the world, make the world safe and good, and spread love, and not make anything that is destructive. Okay, then you have the mission as a Jew. Mission as a Jew, you have 613 commandments, and you have the mission of a Jew is to save the whole world, and to rectify, to repair, and to bring humanity to recognize God, that He's real, true, and He wants a relationship with everyone. So that's the mission as a Jew. And within that, there's also the mission as a Jew within the Jewish people. You have something unique. You create for some unique task. You have a unique piece of Torah that you have meant to reveal. You have some Torah that you meant to reveal to the world, and without you, a piece of the puzzle is missing. So you are needed to reveal one piece of Torah, one understanding of the Torah, one perspective. So you have something to give to the Jewish people. Doesn't matter if you're Baal Shuvah, if you're religious or not, or if you're a convert, you have something specific to give that is imprinted in your soul that you have to reveal. Some Torah or explanation of the mitzvahs and some new understanding. Then there's the mission as you, meaning you have something unique as a human being or as a Jew, that okay, who you are. Like for example, you can be a doctor, you can be a biologist, you can be a teacher, you can be a rabbi, you can be a therapist, and that is going to be something that is going to turn on something in you, because you were given certain quality and gifts to give to the world. We're all meant to be givers. What type of giver you're going to be? So the first thing is really to find our identity, because that's going to help you a lot in your mission. Your identity is going to be found by, by paying attention to what it is that you like to do, what it is that turns your soul, your heart on, what is it you love to do. Unfortunately, as we have dreamed when we're kids, I want to be a fireman, I want to be a superhero, I want to try to find out what it is. Maybe your inner child is still active and you still have these dreams. And we grow up and we don't dream anymore. We don't have that passion of who we want to be. Maybe you remember who you wanted to be as a child. Maybe this is still something you can tap in. Don't be shy of connecting to your childish ideas and dreams. So find your identity. Who do you want to be in the core? In the core, who? If you could be anyone, if you could do any job, if you could, have any position in the world, whether for work or whether as human being, what position would you like to have? What job? What position? What action would you want to represent and live your life by? So there's a lot of inner search to do, but try to pay attention to what excites you. What are you doing? For example, I love animals. I love biology. I love to understand universe. I love learning Torah, a certain part of Torah. All this is gonna. Which one is your favorite book? Which one is your favorite rabbi? Besides me, of course. Which podcast do I like to see? Which, even sometimes the type of movie, sci-fi, or what it is that really makes you, really attracts you, because that's going to be indication of what's your talent, and what's your aspirations, and who you can be, because you have to dream who you can be. What are your dreams? Seriously, your dreams. If you have dreams, what would be your dream? Now, a dream is something that is hard to achieve, but is possible. That's what a dream. So, what are your dreams? If you had $1 billion in your bank account now, what would you do with your life? And watch if it's something about giving or just taking for yourself. Hopefully, it's about giving, because that's the ultimate. So, how would you try to save the world if you had $1 billion in your bank account? All right, things like that. So I'm gonna try to give you all types of tools and ideas on how to find your mission as a human being or as a Jew. Things that I wrote myself, and I will share with you some books that are great to find your mission and to find who you are. It's important to remember your true identity. Your true identity is you are a soul. You're not a body. So technically you should do something that the soul wants to do. So you gotta tune into your soul. What is that? My whole body desire, my whole soul. I feel my whole soul and heart is turned towards that direction. So we need to try to think big. Think not only physical but spiritual or emotional. Ideally all three. Something that combines everything. There's a book I already want to share about. It's a book called Getting to Know Yourself, which is excellent, by Rabbi Itamar Schwartz. Getting to know yourself is excellent to start with. It makes you identify with the true you, the soul, and how it works. If you don't know how the soul works, then how are you going to know what you can do and what your mission can be? So you gotta really know that your primordial identity is a soul. So what I'm doing as a soul on earth, what can I do as a soul? How my soul works. So try to getting to know yourself. That's number one. Number two is, you can find it on Amazon, is I probably will read from it, the Hidden Man of the Mesilas Yesharim. It's a commentary on the Path of the Just, Mesilas Yesharim, and it's excellent. I recommend to everyone. There's another book that's called To Heal the Soul, but that's more a side book after, like the Piasetzner Rebbe. All those books exist in English, right? And okay, I think that's enough to start with. And I will read. I will send you. Also, I put on the chat. Or if you ask me on the text, the little pamphlet I wrote about discovering and choosing your mission. So I will speak about all different ways that can help you. Okay, looking forward to share with you on that. And it's important now that Rosh Hashanah comes, because Rosh Hashanah is where you start at the head of the year. What is in your head? What are you gonna let Hashem give you? If you don't know what you're supposed to do, how do you want Hashem to give you what you need to achieve what you're supposed to do? So if you want Hashem to, you can literally be almost anything you want. So Hashem wants to give you what you need, especially if it's for a good cause, right? But you need to have clarity on what your mission is, because that's what it means serving Hashem. Hashem sent you here for a unique purpose. That's why He gave you already your talents and your weaknesses. All this is part of who Hashem wants you to be or repair. So you have already in yourself a lot of those things. Okay, so start looking inside yourself and find out what it is that you really love, what it is that you really love to become. And we'll continue Bezat Hashem soon